The ocean's deadliest hunter wasn't built for brute force. For millions of years, we assumed Megalodon was just a scaled-up killing machine, a monster that succeeded through sheer size alone. But fossil evidence discovered in the last 3 years suggests we were looking at this predator completely wrong. Megalodon didn't dominate the ancient seas because it was the biggest. It ruled because it was smart, terrifyingly smart. Picture this. You're a whale in the Miocene Ocean, 15 million years ago. The water around you seems calm, but you're being watched, tracked. A shadow moves beneath you, but it doesn't attack. Not yet. It's waiting, calculating. Learning your patterns, your weaknesses, the exact moment when you're most vulnerable. When the strike finally comes, it's not random violence. It's surgical precision. That's the Megalodon scientists are now piecing together from scattered clues across ocean floors worldwide. A predator that combined overwhelming physical power with something far more dangerous: intelligence. For decades, we treated Megalodon like a mindless eating machine. Popular culture showed us a giant shark that simply opened its jaws and destroyed everything in its path. Even paleontologists assumed its success came down to intimidation through size. 18 meters of pure terror, with jaws that could crush a small car. What else did it need? Everything, apparently. New research published in early 2023 examined the brain cavity structure of Megalodon's closest relatives. What they found challenges everything we thought we knew about ancient sharks. The olfactory bulbs, the parts of the brain responsible for processing scent, were massive, not just large for a shark. Proportionally larger than almost any predator alive today. Megalodon could detect a single drop of blood from 5 kilometers away. That alone is impressive, but here's where it gets interesting. The size of these olfactory regions suggests something more sophisticated than simple detection. It indicates processing power, the ability to distinguish between different prey species, identify injured versus healthy animals, even potentially track individual creatures across vast distances. It was conducting reconnaissance on an oceanic scale. But scent is only part of the picture. Fossilized inner ear structures reveal another adaptation that paleobiologists initially dismissed as measurement error. The semicircular canals, which control balance and spatial awareness, showed unusual development. Too advanced for what should have been a straightforward ambush predator. Dr. Sarah Chen at UC Berkeley spent 2 years analyzing these structures. Her conclusion? Megalodon possessed 3-dimensional spatial awareness that rivaled modern dolphins. It could track prey in complete darkness, navigate complex underwater terrain, and coordinate attacks with frightening accuracy. Think about what that means. This wasn't a shark that blundered into its meals. Every hunt was planned, every approach calculated. In the murky waters where sunlight barely penetrated, Megalodon moved through space like it could see through walls. Yet even that doesn't capture the full scope of what we're discovering. Bite marks tell stories. Paleontologists have known this for years, examining how ancient predators fed on their prey. But in 2024, a team analyzing whale fossils from the Pliocene epoch noticed something strange. The bite patterns weren't random. They were targeted. Megalodon wasn't just biting whales anywhere it could reach. It was targeting specific anatomical points, flippers, tail flukes, areas that would disable rather than immediately kill. The same strategy modern orcas use when hunting large prey. Disable first, then feed. This behavior requires understanding, not just instinct, but genuine comprehension of prey anatomy. Megalodon somehow knew that destroying a whale's ability to swim made it helpless. The shark understood cause and effect in ways we never attributed to ancient predators. And there's more. Fossil sites in Peru revealed something extraordinary. Evidence of coordinated feeding. Multiple Megalodon bite marks on single whale skeletons, inflicted from different angles simultaneously. The spacing and positioning suggest something impossible for a supposedly solitary predator. They were hunting together. Cooperative hunting requires communication. It demands social intelligence, the ability to coordinate with other members of your species toward a common goal. We see this in wolves, in lions, in orcas. But in a 60-ton prehistoric shark, the implications are staggering. Modern great white sharks are solitary creatures. They don't cooperate, they compete. Yet Megalodon, their distant relative, apparently developed social hunting strategies millions of years before humans even existed. This suggests cognitive abilities we're only beginning to understand. But if Megalodon was this intelligent, this adaptable, this perfectly designed for ocean dominance, why did it vanish? What could possibly drive such a successful predator to extinction? The answer isn't what you'd expect. Because the same intelligence that made Megalodon the ocean's apex predator may have been exactly what doomed it. And understanding why requires us to look at something most people never consider when they think about prehistoric sharks, their babies. Megalodon reproduction wasn't just about size. It was about survival in an ocean that demanded perfection from birth. Modern great white sharks give birth to live young, typically 4 to 10 pups per litter. These newborns emerge around 1.5 meters long, already formidable predators in their own right. But Megalodon? The fossil record suggests litters of only 2 to 3 pups, each measuring up to 4 meters at birth. That's the size of a fully grown great white shark. From day one. This massive birth size creates immediate problems. The energy investment is astronomical. A pregnant female Megalodon needed to consume enormous quantities of food, not just to sustain herself, but to fuel the development of these giant offspring. We're talking about gestating babies that collectively weighed more than a pickup truck. The gestation period likely extended beyond 12 months, possibly approaching 2 years. During this time, the mother was hunting for 2, 3, sometimes 4 individuals simultaneously. And here's where Megalodon's intelligence became both blessing and curse. Intelligent animals invest heavily in their offspring. They don't produce dozens of young, hoping a few survive. They produce fewer offspring and protect them fiercely, teaching them survival skills that can't be hardwired through instinct alone. Dolphins do this. Elephants do this. Orcas spend years training their young to hunt. Evidence suggests Megalodon did the same. Juvenile Megalodon fossils cluster in specific coastal regions, areas we now recognize as nursery grounds. These weren't random locations. They were carefully selected environments, shallow enough to exclude adult predators, rich enough in food sources to sustain growing sharks that needed massive caloric intake. But maintaining these nurseries required something unprecedented in shark evolution: maternal investment. Unlike modern sharks that abandon their young immediately after birth, Megalodon mothers likely remained in proximity to nursery areas, defending territories, and possibly even teaching hunting techniques. The cognitive demands of this behavior are immense. It requires memory, spatial awareness, and social recognition. A mother needed to distinguish her offspring from others, remember nursery locations across years, coordinate movements across vast oceanic distances. This represents parental care on a scale we've never attributed to sharks before. And it created vulnerability. Climate change during the Pliocene epoch altered ocean currents and temperatures. Coastal regions that once served as perfect nurseries became unsuitable. Sea levels fluctuated wildly, drowning some areas and exposing others. The stable environments Megalodon relied upon to raise its young simply disappeared. For a species producing only 2 or 3 offspring per pregnancy, this was catastrophic. Modern sharks survive environmental upheaval through sheer reproductive volume. A single tiger shark can produce 50 pups in a litter. If 90% die, the species continues. But when you're investing 2 years of pregnancy into 3 offspring, When you're defending specific nursery grounds and teaching complex hunting behaviors, you can't afford environmental disruption. Every lost pup represented years of wasted energy. Every destroyed nursery ground eliminated future generations. The same intelligence that made Megalodon successful became its greatest weakness when the ocean changed too quickly for adaptation. But there's another factor, one that scientists are only now beginning to appreciate: competition. As large baleen whales declined during the Pliocene, Megalodon faced food scarcity. But it wasn't alone in this struggle. Other predators were evolving, adapting, specializing, and one in particular was about to change everything. The ancestors of modern orcas were developing cooperative hunting strategies that would define ocean predation for millions of years. Unlike Megalodon, these creatures were smaller, more efficient, required less food per individual. They hunted in coordinated pods, communicated through sophisticated vocalizations, and possessed intelligence that rivaled or exceeded Megalodon's own cognitive abilities. Most critically, they reproduced faster and matured quicker. An orca reaches reproductive maturity around 15 years. Megalodon. Fossil analysis suggests 25 to 30 years before reaching breeding age. In evolutionary terms, this is disastrous. When environmental conditions shift rapidly, the species that can adapt fastest survives. Megalodon's extended adolescence meant slower population recovery, reduced genetic diversity, diminished ability to respond to changing conditions. Intelligence demands time. Learning complex behaviors requires extended development periods. Megalodon's sophisticated hunting techniques, its social cooperation, its parental investment, all these advantages required young sharks to spend decades mastering skills before reproducing. Meanwhile, faster breeding competitors were filling ecological niches, consuming available prey, establishing territories. The ocean wasn't conquered by the biggest predator or the smartest hunter. It was inherited by species that could reproduce efficiently, while environmental chaos rewrote the rules of survival. Megalodon's extinction wasn't sudden. It was gradual, spanning hundreds of thousands of years as populations slowly contracted, nursery grounds vanished, and prey species evolved defenses or disappeared entirely. But knowing how Megalodon died doesn't answer the question that keeps scientists awake at night. Because there's something in the fossil record that doesn't quite fit. Something that suggests we still don't understand what really happened in those final millennia. Megalodon teeth stop appearing in the fossil record around 3.6 million years ago. That's the official extinction date. Except there's a problem with that timeline, one that paleontologists rarely discuss publicly, because the evidence is fragmentary, controversial, and maddeningly incomplete. Scattered reports exist of Megalodon teeth found in geological layers that shouldn't contain them. Specimens that, if accurately dated, would place living megalodons in oceans far more recent than we're comfortable admitting. Most are dismissed as dating errors, contamination, or misidentification. And honestly, most probably are exactly that, but not all of them. There's a specimen recovered from the Mariana Trench in 1873 that caused considerable debate. The tooth appeared unusually fresh, lacking the typical fossilization you'd expect from something millions of years old. Initial estimates suggested it could be as recent as 24,000 years old. That would place living megalodons in oceans shared with modern humans. Later analysis revised this dramatically, attributing the tooth's preservation to unique mineral conditions in deep ocean sediments. Crisis averted. Megalodon remained safely extinct in the distant past. But here's what bothers researchers who study extinction events. We've never found a mass megalodon graveyard. No concentrated bone beds indicating catastrophic die-off. No evidence of disease. No signs of sudden environmental collapse that would explain total species elimination. Just a gradual thinning of the fossil record until teeth stop appearing altogether. For a species that dominated oceans globally for 19 million years, that's unusual. Typically, widespread apex predators leave extensive evidence of their final chapter. We find concentrated remains in specific regions, clear indicators of population collapse, definitive proof of the end. With Megalodon, we find gradual absence, which could mean slow extinction across centuries, or it could mean populations retreated into environments where fossilization becomes nearly impossible. Deep ocean trenches, for instance. We've explored less than 5% of the ocean floor. The Mariana Trench alone could conceal entire ecosystems we've never documented. Conditions there prevent normal fossilization processes. Bones dissolve under extreme pressure and chemical conditions. A creature could live and die in those depths for millennia without leaving traces we'd ever discover. I'm not suggesting Megalodon survived into modern times. The evidence doesn't support that conclusion. But the possibility that remnant populations persisted longer than fossil records indicate, that's not scientifically unreasonable. Species we believed extinct for millions of years have reappeared. The coelacanth, prehistoric fish supposedly gone for 66 million years, turned up alive in 1938. If a fish can hide for 66 million years, could a shark manage a few thousand? What we're really confronting is the limitation of absence as evidence. Not finding something doesn't prove it doesn't exist. It proves only that we haven't found it yet. And in an environment as vast and unexplored as Earth's oceans, that distinction matters enormously. But let's address the real question, the one everyone actually wants answered. Could Megalodon still be out there, lurking in unexplored depths, waiting to reclaim its throne as apex predator of the seas? No, almost certainly not. And here's why. Megalodon was a warm water coastal predator that relied on abundant large prey. Deep ocean trenches are freezing, nearly devoid of the food sources Megalodon required. A 20-meter shark needs massive caloric intake. The deep ocean can't support that metabolism. Furthermore, we'd see evidence. Dead whales with bite patterns matching Megalodon's jaw structure. Damaged fishing equipment. Sonar anomalies. Something. Modern great white sharks, Megalodon's much smaller relatives, are extensively documented through accidental catches, tracking tags, tourism encounters. A population of giant sharks couldn't remain completely hidden in actively monitored oceans. The absence of any credible modern evidence isn't suspicious scientific cover-up. It's just reality. What Megalodon's story really teaches us isn't about hidden monsters in the deep. It's about the fragility of dominance. For 19 million years, this creature ruled without challenge. It was bigger, stronger, more intelligent than anything sharing its environment. And yet, when conditions shifted, all those advantages became irrelevant. Size required more food. Intelligence demanded longer development. Sophisticated parental care created dependency on stable environments. The ocean didn't need a catastrophe to eliminate Megalodon. It just needed to change faster than a giant shark could adapt. That's the humbling reality of extinction. It doesn't matter how powerful you are, how long you've dominated, how perfectly adapted you've become. When the world transforms, survival belongs to whoever can change fastest. Megalodon couldn't change fast enough, so it vanished, leaving behind only teeth and questions. And maybe that's the most fitting legacy for a predator that spent millions of years as the ocean's greatest mystery. Even in death, it remains something we can't quite fully understand. The fossils scattered across ocean floors aren't just remnants of a monster. They're evidence of something far more remarkable. A predator that thought, planned, cooperated. One that cared for its young in ways we never imagined possible for a shark. Megalodon's true nature challenges everything we assumed about prehistoric life. It forces us to reconsider intelligence itself, to recognize that cognitive sophistication isn't exclusive to mammals or modern species. Millions of years before humans walked upright, the ocean harbored minds we're only now learning to appreciate. That realization should humble us, because if we misunderstood Megalodon this completely for this long, what else lurks in the fossil record waiting to rewrite our assumptions? The ocean keeps its secrets well, and some mysteries, even when solved, only deepen our wonder at what once ruled the depths.